Hello and good morning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I've been having a massive down day a couple of past few days. We have Netflix up huge here, pre-market up $6.41. If we do look at level two, we see a lot of resistance coming up here. And we also have some earnings that was just announced here in the pre-market. So we'll take a look at some of those names here and see how those companies are doing. So this is NASDAQ futures, pretty much flat. We are seeing a pullback here. Technically, this does look technically this looks about right here. Pulling back here, S&P 500 43.53, and we do have potential coming down to 43.20 here, more or less around my 10-day moving average. If we do have an aggressive sell-off in the next couple of weeks, we target to go to is 41.64 here. This is like a technical support line here on the weeklies, and this is the dailies. So pretty much flat here. Dow Jones also taking a breather, and the Russell 2000 still continuing to sell off. So this is possibly leading and giving us a indicator here of what the market potentially can do. Not necessarily, but can be an indicator here. VIX is up 1741, which is not good. And good morning, Josh. Good morning, PR. Good morning. Yes, Netflix is skyrocketing here. Let me check on that news and catalyst there. Big move out of Netflix, looking very nice and healthy. Let me see here. Wow, so here's the positive catalyst. This is a catalyst for Netflix. Netflix hires Facebook gaming executive Mike Verdu as part of a deeper push into gaming. So Netflix to offer video games on its streaming platform. Game changer. Game changer. This is why Netflix is up right now, pre-market. They're going to tap into the gaming business, and this could be a game changer. Big news out of Netflix. Netflix currently has a market cap of $242 billion. Gaming, I believe, is a $200 billion industry. Let me see. Let's see how big gaming is. I remember reading something about the gaming industry. The video games market was worth over $90 billion in 2020. So I was overshooting. Could bring some market share there to Netflix. Big news out of Netflix there. Great positive news there. And now it was up higher. Now it's just up $5. So it was higher there. Not so high now. So we'll make some rounds here. Let's see Netflix here. It's still up $7 here, which is still good. Also, we have Mark Wahlberg's new fitness training facilities going public here. F45 training going public today. Is going to be listed later today in the New York Stock Exchange. Ticker symbol FXLV. So they're going public. It's valued around $2 billion. So if you're into fitness, if you're a fanatic of Mark Wahlberg, F45 is a new company going public here today. So we are seeing only the big names here with pushing higher once again, and all other names are left behind. So just be a little cautious there. Only a handful of names holding up, and everything else down in the red here. Big down day here for NVIDIA once again. Now we're at 789. Let's look at the 5-minute chart here and see what is going on. So we're having a big sell-off, breaking the 790 mark, which is completely horrible for NVIDIA. And if we do see this sell-off continue, potentially going to 760. That is huge out of NVIDIA there. Big dump there, and not looking good. Level 2 here out of NVIDIA, not looking too fantastic. 786 here, 787, and it continues to go lower. We had a line of resistance of support at 790, and now we're breaking it. We're seeing volume coming in here, and this looks like a complete waterfall here. AMC is down right now at $31.62. Not looking good here for AMC. Good morning, Shri. Good morning. Making some trades here. So here, NVIDIA selling off heavily here. We do see some minor support at 780. Next big support line here, 750. And this is an aggressive sell-off here. And we're just going to have to wait and see here what happens. Big down day. Just seeing how this is going to react here. Just making some trades here. almost 50% less from last week. Uh, yeah, my account, absolutely, absolutely. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm playing some aggressive plays here. I'm still up on my account overall. So, and I'm holding some cash on hand here. So just looking for some plays here. It's gonna be a struggle there, and I'm gonna have to slowly claw my way back up. Not gonna be an easy one. So we have S&P 500, pretty much here. We are seeing here. We are seeing a pullback here. We're seeing the Nasdaq here, pretty much flat. The Dow Jones also pulling back, and the Russell 2000 here also slightly lower. Here continues to sell off. We only see support here, notable support out of NVIDIA around 750. Down here, brutal, down about 16 points. Not looking good here. So we are seeing here on the dailies breaking down the 10-day moving average here. Potential support 760, more notable support at 750. So it continues to sell off, and it's having a pullback here. So it looks like it's finding somewhat of a just a floor here, trying to do a reversal here. Did sell off here pretty aggressively down to 775. Let's see here, the low here 775.73, and it looks like it's finding short-term bounce here, potential dead cat bounce. So the selling could continue. So we're not really seeing a lot of buyers coming in here, finding a short-term bottom, but not looking good here. We're not seeing good buy side here. Support here at 750. Potentially could be taking a breather here. But in the next couple of days, uh, could go lower. We had a huge waterfall sell-off here on NVIDIA, creating some panic. It's trying to find some short-term floor here. Potentially rallies back, but most likely we'll see a dead cat bounce, a maybe follow through on the sell-off. So not looking good here for NVIDIA. We did see a big spike here, a slight pullback at the open on the VIX here. So nothing too crazy, but now slightly cooling off here. We're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. So we're going to have to wait and see here if this is a dead cat bounce here, or if we do see here just some immediate panic selling here, taking out some stop loss. So we're going to have to give it some time here. Alan, yes, big, massive hit there. Nothing much. I'm just holding my positions here. I do have some contracts expiring tomorrow, and I do have some more contracts expiring next week. So I did trade this huge downturn here. So you do see a lot of red in my portfolio, and I did make an aggressive move here. So I'm going to keep an eye on NVIDIA. Personally, obviously, because I do have a position here, and I did buy this sell-off. So just waiting to see how this works out here. So just give it some more time. I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on NVIDIA and see how this works out here. Normally, when you get huge sell-offs here, you get some profit taking, and you get a nice bounce, And that's what I'm looking for here in this play right now. So we are seeing a pullback. We hit a low of 775, 775.73. That seems to be the low. So we're up $5 here from those lows. But we can stay down here. We can definitely stay down here. So I'm gonna keep a close eye here. On the dailies, this is a 5-minute chart. We look at the dailies. Hit here my 10-day moving average respectively, and we're gonna see if we get a nice wick here and try to come higher. This might not actually correct itself until maybe tomorrow. So we'll see how this kind of works out. AMC making a move here. Let's see AMC. AMC here 2 days ago breaking the 40 mark for me. That turned bearish for me. So I believe technically it's going to be difficult for AMC to recoup from these levels, and we're going to have to wait and see how it lingers between 30 and 40. To give it some sort of a chance of hope here, we need to see AMC come back above 40. So we did see some green volume here coming in NVDA, and now we're aggressively pulling back. Let's see if it's squeezing there. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart here on NVIDIA and see what is going on here. So just like we saw that big sell-off, and now we're squeezing here, potential bear trap, and we are seeing some profit taking. This could be a dead cat bounce. Doesn't mean it's going to recoup at these levels. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. So now we're seeing two green volume candles here, and pulling back here for NVIDIA. So I've had about 2 back-to-back down days of 12%, currently down 10%, and extremely difficult here. Yes, so yes, this sell-through could continue though, so we're just gonna have to take a look here and see what is going on here. VIX now at 715. VIX did hit a high here at the open of 1809, and we are seeing a pullback here. So I do give this potential pullback here out of NVIDIA about another 10 minutes. So we had the first 10 minutes, massive sell-off, and now we're seeing it trying to climb back up. Here on my 10-day, 10-period moving average on the 5-minute chart, we do see here around some resistance around 789. I give this next 5-minute candle potential for it to come back up. So we're having a Jerome Powell right now speaking live, testifying before the Senate Banking Committee. So Jerome Powell is live right now on CNBC, and we'll take a listen in a little bit. So now we're stabilizing a little bit off this massive sell-off here at the open. Not to say that it's over. We could still go lower. Technically, we're due for a pullback here. We are now seeing a slight shift from the morning here to the buy side in NVIDIA. Nothing too notable. We do have 2 green volume candles here in the past 10 minutes. But yeah, we still have ways to go here. And we are seeing volume slightly picking up here on a level 2. Chris, you see this choppy for today and tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty much a scratch week here. We have a lot. I mean, we've been having. Let's look at the dailies here. We've been having a massive bull run since the bottom here in this short-term cycle was May 13th, and we've been having a massive rally. That's 2 full months of just green after green after green, with just little pullbacks and entries here. So there's no telling where this ends, but definitely we're gonna probably see some chop. Tomorrow is options, a Friday's expiration, and it could be another day where they obviously hold back some of these names. So now we're seeing an uptick here, trying to come back up. NVIDIA today opened at 782, and just like that, climbing back up. 786. It'll potentially come back to 789, 790, and we're gonna have to take a look here. Big reversal there, and now we're seeing some profit taking. That was tough, guys. That was one tough pullback there. Okay, what a wild trade there. Um, I know I haven't been talking. I bought this dip, guys, so it was a quick day trade. Just I still overall obviously down, but I did a day trade, falling knife trade here. I saw a big panic here, and I was able to scalp this bounce. So still short term, could still go lower, but at least I was able to pull some money out of there. I'm gonna keep a close eye on here on NVDA and try to look for another buying opportunity. That was one very tough move there. So now I gave it about 15 minutes here to recoup for this bounce, and we might now kind of come back down and kind of stabilize. And we're seeing the VIX now once again getting hammered here. Let's see here. Markets are fully recouping here, and that was one wild ride there. Things are coming back up here, and that was very tough. That one had me at the edge of my seats, not going to lie. That was tough. You did see my account here right off the open within 10 minutes, down 18%. Huge down move there. And now we're only down 5.6%. Wild swings there. And we're going to have to wait and see here if we see a reversal here. This is NASDAQ futures. Those losses are almost fully recouped at the open, but now maybe we're gonna see a dead cat bounce, and maybe we'll see it continue sell off. So it's not gonna be an easy day, and we're gonna just have to wait and see how this develops. I was a little too early on my scalping entry. I could have made a lot more on that scalp, but it is what it is. All right. So now I'm just going to wait and see how this stabilizes. Going to take some turns here and see what news is out there now. So this is typical of a huge sell-off. You get a bounce here, an aggressive reversal, and then it takes some time for the stock to actually find its price range for the day. So we might see this come back down here and try to stabilize. Yes, guys, I appreciate it. I'm out here, streaming, try to give you guys the best opportunities. Obviously, some of these days are not the best opportunistic days. Appreciate if you guys hit the like button. That was some choppy, rough waters there. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the handful of guys come out here, and I'm out here live showing real P&Ls, and that's it's not an easy game. It's not an easy game, and I do win big. I also lose big. Overall, I'm up on my account. I start this account. My original investment was $49,000. So, not too, I was obviously up over 100% just about 2 weeks ago. But I'm still up, and I'm holding some cash on hand. So I trimmed down my portfolio here, and I'm holding some NVIDIA. And basically, this is my play right now, NVIDIA. Had some massive home runs here, and basically playing with the casino's money right now. So although I'm taking big hits, these are the profits that I have made on NVIDIA, and that's basically what I'm playing. I'm playing with their own money here. But technically here on the dailies, on the NVIDIA, we had some nice support at 790, and today we broke that. Unfortunately, not a good day, but this is creating momentum to go higher. I do have some options that expire tomorrow, and being down here at these levels is not helping. But I do have more options going into next week. So this, just like we saw this sell off here on the 5-minute chart, just like we saw this big waterfall sell-off, and then we saw some nice bounce momentum there. We can see that, we can potentially see that replicate here on the dailies. So we did have slight pullback. This was not enough of a pullback to push NVIDIA higher, and we did have that sell-off here. This has more momentum to create more upside for NVIDIA. But we have to see what the overall markets are doing. We are seeing S&P 500 here pulling back here. It's down right now 12 points here, $12, 0.29 cents. And we're just going to have to give it some time. We saw futures here. We saw a little bit of everything here on futures. Open here, massive sell-off, just a small mini bear trap, intraday bear trap, and squeezing here. This could be a dead cat bounce. I'm not saying it's not over. I'm not saying the carnage is not over, but this is some profit taking. This is NASDAQ futures. So we're seeing some of these names recoup. This massive sell-off is probably going to create a nice upward momentum in the short term. That was one tough opening. Not going to lie. That was one tough opening. I haven't traded one of these openings at least for about 2 months or so. I'm not saying it's over, but that one had me working there. Let's just see some of the big names here to see what is doing here. So Netflix had some positive news, potentially streaming video games. So they hired, what was the chief executive here? They hired a Facebook gaming executive. So that's going to be interesting if Netflix in the future rolls out some sort of like a gaming control. They are the kings of streaming and creating this kind of platform that could give it a nice, that can give it some nice appreciation other than just regular moving streaming services, expanding into gaming and getting some of that gaming market share. So we have Visa here inching higher. What's going on with Apple? Let's see what's going on with Apple. Apple hit 150. That was a trade. Apple hitting 150 here, pulling back now. We potentially continue to go higher. We saw some options activity out of Apple, and they were buying the August 150 calls there. And they were buying it when it was around 140. So $10 move there in about less than 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. Adobe here now stabilizing at its new price range above $600, and looking strong here now, just consolidating and cooling off after this big run there. Roku also selling off, so tech sold off here aggressively. Potentially doing a nice intraday bear trap there. It could be short term. This doesn't mean it's like a big squeeze there, but wow, what a ride here. Coinbase 233. It hit a low of 226. So doing about a $6 move here from the lows. Amazon, after that explosive rally of 4 days here, going higher, now cooling off and coming back down. Google also pulling back here for the day. Tesla also maybe seeing some action here, bouncing here. 665 on Tesla, hit a low today at 653, and so it's up about $12 here. Bounce trade there for Tesla. So American Airlines here at 2083. And technically here, it's at a support level of around $20. So not a bad time here for an entry. If you do go in here, you have, potential. I would give it like a $19.50 or $19 stop loss there. Not too much downside. Good upside there. But this is a reopening longer term trade for sure. Virgin Galactic, after its successful test flight, I was thinking of buying this. I'm glad I didn't. Selling off big time here. Now at 33. After that successful test flight, did announce that they will be offering 500 million shares. So obviously bad for investors, and we're seeing the sell-off. MU, another nice big name there. Micron there. Technically also at a decent level here. It's creating here some sort of support here at around $76, and it's currently at 78, so not too bad. So right now, currently on the dailies here, NVIDIA is sitting on my 10-day moving average there. Right on it perfectly there. So we're going to have to wait and see and give it some more time. So here's that dead cat bounce that I talk about. Now we're seeing it do exactly that. Big sell-off, some profit taking there, and then now we're coming back down. So extremely brutal there for NVIDIA. I was extremely optimistic. I was looking for NVIDIA to end the week somewhere above 825, and we went the opposite. So not a good sign for NVIDIA. Super negative. I do have some calls expiring tomorrow, and I have my other batch expiring next week. And we're seeing here volume dying out here. We are seeing a slight increase here on the buy side compared to this morning. So on that big sell-off, we did see this thinning out, and we are seeing now some buyers coming in. It's going to be a sluggish day here, and they're going to make NVIDIA work hard for it to come back up to 790. It's not going to be an easy one. Volume here thinning out, but we are seeing buy side coming in. Nasi, thank you, thank you. It's been a brutal 2 weeks. It's been a brutal 2 weeks, but that's the options game. Right now on this account, it's an options only portfolio. So yeah, it's brutal. The market will test your positions. Sometimes it works out to hold, and sometimes it teaches you a nice lesson. Nonetheless, here, playing right now with the profits here. NVIDIA's been a big winner for me in the past few months, and giving some of those gains now, but overall still up. We just have to be on the lookout for the markets. Technically, they're extremely extended, but that's been the case for 2 months straight. Right when you think it's gonna crash, come down, crashing and burning, it continues to go higher. So this is why I don't short the market. I rather hold cash and buy the good deals. So now things are cooling off. VIX now below $17, and that was a huge huge sell off there, very aggressive sell off, and now things are kind of stabilizing. Not to say we don't go lower, but now the momentum has cooled off for now. Oh, right when I say that. So NVIDIA is going slightly lower here. Let's see here. The next notable support line here for NVIDIA, 750. We're going to retest that low of 775. And we're going to have to wait and see what it does here at 775. It looks like we are going to come back down here to these levels and test at 775. So we are seeing here right trending right now. It opened here at 795. It's up about $1. Currently at 888. Sorry, that's like 50 cents. No, that is about $1. Sorry about that. 795, 8, yeah. So we're about up $1 there. Currently trending on ride. So we're seeing a short-term squeeze intraday from that aggressive open sell-off. So NVIDIA now at 780. Netflix, wild ride, gapping up, coming back down, chop, chop, chop. This is wild here on NVIDIA 5-minute chart. Chopping up the bears, chopping up the bulls. Yeah, extremely tough to make some moves here out of this market. But Visa, nonetheless, here going up again, all-time highs. Visa, just a complete monster, and that's where the play is at apparently. Visa, big move. MasterCard, not too far behind. Let's take a look at level 2 Coinbase here. Already made about a $5 move from the lows today. Coinbase currently at 231. Nice healthy level 2 there on the buy side for Coinbase. So we did have a big down day there out of Coinbase. Today looking better here. We did see that sell off there, creating that dead cat bounce momentum. So we are seeing, here is the NASDAQ Sentiment Index. Extremely bullish and hot here. So we are seeing here extremely bullish sentiment here out of tech. This is Mark Wahlberg's new investment here, F45 Training, debuting today. Ticker symbol FXLV. Google now selling off here. Apple hitting that 150 mark and got rejected. So now we might go back down. Space 3212. Let's see AMC here. AMC here, nice bounce, but now we're pulling back down. Morgan Stanley banking here, getting some nice uptick. Wells Fargo was one that was making big moves. Yeah, I made a big move yesterday in Wells Fargo there. Bank of America here trying to hold its ground. Let's take a look at CCIV, some EV stocks. CCIV 2392, CCIV. Let's take a look at NEO. NEO here hanging at 44. So this is one heavily shorted stock here, CLNN. And we still have CARB here. Potential for a second squeeze here, still heavily shorted. YVR, Liquid Media Group here. Big uptick. Not sure what the catalyst. Let's take a look there. PR. What is going on here with YVR? We're seeing nice consistent up ticks there. Let's take a look at level 2 there, YVR. We're seeing nice level 2 action there at a YVR. Good volume coming in. Almost 5 million shares traded in the last 5 minutes. YVR looking pretty healthy here at these levels. So in the short term, it looks like NVIDIA found a new bottom here at 775 for now. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, and we're back. So that was definitely a dead cat bounce right there. Textbook dead cat bounce. Um, Huge sell off, profit taking. I gave it about 15 minutes. It actually extended for about 25 minutes. And now we're back down to this support level. So this is a dead cat bounce there. And now we're just fencing here. We're seeing everything across the board, extremely choppy, and trying to hold off here at these levels. So I'm looking for a bottom, potentially. I'm looking for a bottom today. Potentially, this could recoup very quickly. I might miss an opportunity, but I want to see some consolidation, and we might get that. It's going to be brutal. VIX now above 17, 1733. It's gonna be bad. Well, for my portfolio, that is, not for everyone. Do I think YVR is a 2-day? Do you think if I think it rallies for 2 days? I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. 39 million volume shares traded today. Average volume 600,000 shares normally here for YVR. So trading, more than 10 times. What is that like? Like 50 times its normal volume or something. Oh, there we go. I got a little cough. There we go. Yeah. Continue to click on the wrong one. Thanks for letting me know there. Yes. If I think this is a 2-day, it's going to be tough. But we're trading more than 50 times its normal volume. It's tough to say. It says here there's earnings coming up July 19th. So that's going to be next week. Monday next week. It has earnings. It is a momentum stock. Previously, in the last run up, it did go up all the way to 750. It's currently at 240. Potentially, maybe. So for NVIDIA, we broke that 775 level here, and we are going lower. Classic dead cat bounce, and we are going lower. Level 2, potentially here some support at 770, 760, and seeing more notable support at 750. Dow Jones actually doing pretty decent. Let's look at the dailies there on Dow Jones. So Dow Jones actually holding up pretty decent at these levels. Ooh, Netflix here selling off. Wow, big down move there out of Netflix. We had a nice gap up, slight run up here at the open, and now pulling back.
Let's bring in our senior economics reporter, Steve Leisman, for more reaction to Powell speaking in the Senate today. Steve.
Yeah, Mike, I think the one bit of news that maybe you missed when you were talking to Mr. Costner earlier was that Powell made a little bit more about where the Fed is and thinking about tapering. He said we're in active consideration of figuring out if we made substantial further progress. Let's listen to what he said.
We've said that we would begin to reduce our asset purchases when we feel that the economy has achieved substantial further progress measured from last December. So we're in active consideration of that now. We had a full meeting last month to discuss that. We've got another meeting coming up in 2 weeks. So we'll be making that assessment. And as we assess the progress of the economy toward that goal, we will begin to reduce our asset purchases.
So that's where they're at. And just a broad overview idea, Mike, which is that the Democrats are not happy with Powell when it comes to financial regulations. Both Senator Warren and Senator Brown have hit Powell hard on the issue of easing regulations on the banks, which is arguable whether or not he did that or not. The Republicans are not happy with him on monetary policy. They're concerned about inflation, along with their concern about Democratic spending. So all of this raises a question about, you know, will Powell have the support to be renominated in several months when President Biden has to make that decision? And so we're seeing the early rollout of maybe some taking sides on that issue right now, Mike.
So that was the latest from Powell earlier talking to the Senate. So they're being active there. They're not obviously tapering yet. And yeah, that was a nice summary there. So it does look like it wants to hold here at 775. Roku here stuck here around 410, 411.45 on the 10-day moving average here. Google here. Google down here 1.1%, down 28 points there. It did gap up there, but now I'm selling off there. Apple did hit the 150 mark and now coming back down 148. Tesla here bounced, came past 665, but now pulling back. So everything's cooling off again. We had a major sell-off, dead cat bounce, and now everything is cooling off once again. INFI here, July 27 test results for new cancer treatment. Let's take a look at that ticker symbol. So currently trading at 260. Wow, AMC. AMC here opened at 32, rallied up to a high of 37, $5 move. That's a nice trade there, explosive there out of AMC. Let's take a look at IWM. This one was heavily shorted. IWM heavily shorted here for November. They bought the 160 puts. So someone's expecting a nice waterfall of action here. So NVIDIA has support here at 760 and 750 if it continues to sell off. Right now holding its ground around 775. What's going on with Wish? Wish 997. Wow, what a move there out of Wish today. It opened at 950. It hit a high of 1037, almost $1 move. Now it's at 996. It's normal trading range here. Bank of America here. It looks like banks are doing well. Wells Fargo continuing the bullish run there. Morgan Stanley up as well. Citibank up. So we're seeing banks here seeing the best of the action. So we are seeing NVIDIA continue to sell off. It's not going to hold the 775 line there. It's going down. We see no buyers here, and it's very weak. Once again, we see here some support at 770. Then we see some at 760 and 750. This is currently my only position now. NVIDIA at the moment. So, yeah, we're seeing obviously big red days for me. So we saw a dead cat bounce here, trying to hold the 775 level and failed. So now going lower, potentially going to see 770. And then we go to 760 if it continues. Oh yeah, jobless claims coming in as expected here. So the new jobless claims numbers here reaching a pandemic era low of 360 as expected for the month here. So that was some news here, pre-market there, jobless claim numbers. So just here, we're not seeing a good order options flow here. Kind of mixed here going into earnings. So it's going to be just a bumpy ride going in here. We're not seeing a lot of activity right now. we're seeing here Coinbase, day in and day out, nice level 2 action. Buyers coming in here always on Coinbase, seeing good support there. And it's one that I've been looking at almost daily here. And I do like the ticker here, Coinbase. I've traded a few times. Let's see. Today it hit a high of it opened. No, today it hit a high of 234. It's at 228. So we're talking about a $5 move here. Has potential to come back up to around 233 during this chop. So I do like this name. I always like a level 2, and I see some confidence there, and looking pretty decent here. Things are dying out here at the open. We're about almost 2 hours into the open. And it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out. That is not good for Coinbase there. Big wick. That does not look good. Potential for it to go lower there. That's very weak. 2 consecutive big wicks. So wherever you see the wicks, then you sometimes potentially see a reversal. Not looking good there. 5-minute chart. NVIDIA here popping up. NVIDIA with a nice little uptick here. So it was able to hold here above 770. 770. What was the low here on this candle? 772. It's up $5 just like that. And we're seeing a nice uptick out of NVIDIA here. Still has long ways to go. Not going to be easy. We have VIX again cooling off now at 1706. A lot of mixed signals. And it almost feels like market is waiting for some news or something. I'm not sure. Once again here, we're probably going to see the same action right now out of NVIDIA. We'll probably see it come up here to the 10-day moving average, maybe to around 779, and then get rejected again. I don't see any momentum right now out of NVIDIA, and I don't think it's going to push higher for now. It might come here to around this trading range of 779, 780, and then get rejected again. So... yeah, I don't think it has that energy to that momentum to go higher for now, as of now. Maybe later on during the day it might. So we do see some support here on Coinbase. 226 and 225. Currently 227. So things here slowing down. Right now, due to market conditions, I am focusing more on the mega cap stocks just for the time being. I can't believe it. Pay safe here, 1064. We saw this big gap up here. Nice run. Options activity, and then just sold off. SoFi looking pretty good at 16 for a swing trade. Vuzi, one that ARK Invest likes to buy, at 15 at much better levels. I like it at these levels. Amazon's AWS today announced the general availability of Amazon Health Lake, a platform that enables healthcare organizations to store, transform, and query health data in the cloud using machine learning for a complete picture of patient and population health. So Amazon with a catalyst there. Some news, AWS with Amazon. NVIDIA now, 778. Nice little move there. Little opportunities there. So now we're seeing it hit the 10 period moving average there on the 5-minute chart. We're going to see if it has a momentum to stay here. Might get rejected. We're going to have to wait and see. I have a feeling might get rejected. It might be come up a little bit, but pull back here. Yeah, I do follow AMC. I did have some positions on AMC. Actually, the last of my positions for AMC expire tomorrow, so it's not gonna work out. I was swing trading it a few times. I do have some support levels and resistance levels, notable levels for AMC. Um, it definitely lost my interest after it broke the $40 level here 2 days ago. So um, I could easily squeeze up above that, no problem. Absolutely, it's a super momentum stock. Has a lot of unpredictable moves. It's just tough. I traded it. I've been trading it for the past month. I made some money, and then I took those profits into another position that didn't work out, and then I gave it a second chance. Didn't work out again. Just bad timing. Overall, didn't lose too much. It were smaller positions. Actually, it's not a bad level to take a shot at if you're bullish on AMC. It's not a bad shot here. It would be one at a good level here, but since it broke at 40, it's a little bit tough. We can see maybe continue to sell off. Some of the short interest numbers have died out, so they started to cover already, slowly, and so the more people start covering their shorts, the less momentum it will have to go up. So this sell-off created a little bit of selling. Obviously, it wasn't aggressive selling because that would have created that momentum higher. But yeah, so it's kind of a rough one. Let me see if I can find a short squeeze information, short interest on NVIDIA. I mean AMC, to see if some of these numbers have changed. So current short interest of free float, it's 15. It went up as high as almost a 19 when it was up here, like around 18 point something, 56 or something like this. And now we're seeing the short interest shift into lower numbers. So yeah, that's pretty much where I stand right now with AMC. I do have one contract that expires tomorrow, worthless. I have not bought any more at the moment. Let's see level 2 for AMC, actually. I want to see what's going on there. We're seeing good volume, good support here, AMC. We see support levels here at 36.30 and around 36.50. Not bad, not bad. We might actually see AMC push higher. Level 2, I like level 2. Resistance at 38, resistance at 39, and I'm assuming 40. Yes. Not too bad. Not too bad, actually. AMC level 2 looking not too bad. Yeah, right on. Yeah. It doesn't look bad today. I mean, if you're holding, just the level 2 is just a short-term intraday activity. It changes day to day. If you're holding, um, shares, just be a little cautious. I like the $40 level there for support. If it hovers around that area, that's reasonable. Yeah, things are definitely slow. Might be like this for the rest of the day. Action looks like it died out. The good news is it's stabilizing from that initial sell-off at the open. VIX now below 17. So here, NVIDIA having some trouble, just as I anticipated. So I do think we're gonna see it pull back here, and potentially momentum now is shifting before it attempts to come back up. On AMC, we actually are seeing some momentum change here. This is 5-minute chart sell off. And here, although we're having this chop, we are seeing it kind of stabilize. And now the 10-day moving average shifting towards the upside. So we might see some momentum shift here, technically, on AMC. 'Can'. Is that what's the ticker there? Is that a can? I think. Yeah, can. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, it's a recent IPO. I've never traded this. It's semiconductor. IPO'd in November. They haven't had any reverse splits, which is a good sign. Ramped up. When is this? March. Around $40. Wow, big massive move there. It currently has a market cap of 987 million. So good for momentum. Let's see some short interest there. Let's take a look at some information. At 20% of the available shares is owned by institution, which is pretty good. It is not a shorted stock. Short volume ratio 12.92%. Short interest percentage of float 0.41%, not even 1%. So I don't know too much about the company or the fundamentals. We can just here see the income statement at a blanket. We see some revenue, negative net income slightly, but it looks like it's taking a turn. There's no momentum right now. There's no catalyst that I know of. I'm not sure if you're following it or investing in it, but I don't see any momentum or activity play on this for now. As a trade, as an investment, you would have to do some more due diligence for a long-term play. But as far as like a potential squeeze, it's not heavily shorted. Fundamentally, just on the income statements here, this is just like a brief synopsis. It looks like it's turning. They do have some revenue. It has a $987 million market cap, which is good. It's good for high growth, long-term investment. Yeah, that's pretty much where I see it stand for now. There's not much to say. If you like the company, you know the company. It's a semiconductor. So that's needed right now in these during these times. Where are they based out of? Oh, they do have some assets there. They also have some liabilities. Oops. Yeah. So if it's a company you know and you like, yeah, that's something. You grab some $10. Okay, longer term play, 2022. Um, just be in the lookout. Just try to look for a catalyst for more momentum. If you just want to take a pure play on it, you know the company, you understand it, then yeah, absolutely. It's just tough to say for a play for right now. Just to get into, there's no activity or attention behind it. But yeah, these are the times you want to buy into positions. You just have to have that patience. Yeah, so we did see that bounce here, rejection here on my 10-day moving average as anticipated, and now we're coming here 777. I do expect this to pull back here slightly and see what happens afterwards. So we are seeing maybe a continuation of a sell-off right now. AMKR here. AMKR getting some bullish activity in the options play here. Some momentum there. I think today I'm going to stick around a little bit longer and see what is going on here in the markets. I do have some potential day trades open right now. So just going to stick around and see what the day gives. A little sluggish right now. And hopefully we see it pick up towards the end of the day. It might be a rough, more hour or two before we see anything move here. It's like we're watching paint dry here. Coinbase, we do see some support here at 225. We're seeing very low volume. So we're not going to see much right now. There's not much going on right now. NASDAQ here climbing higher. Attempting to after these sell-offs. We had a sell-off, a squeeze, a second sell-off, a second squeeze. So there's no telling here where we might go. Yeah, and we're pulling back. Most likely NVIDIA will come back down to around 770 to 770. So it's going to be a slow chop fest here. We are seeing the VIX here now at 675 below 17. Dow Jones climbing higher. Let's see the Dow Jones here. I have some of those tickers. Let's see a lot of green there out of Dow Jones. Let's look at the dailies. We have United Health there, bouncing there. 415 right now, trading at 415.55. Sold off to around 408, 406, and a nice trading opportunity there. Goldman Sachs 378. We're seeing the banks having the best of the action. Let's see, Wells Fargo there, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. They're pretty green today. Home Depot, nice little bounce there. Microsoft with a slight pullback. AMGN here, slightly green. Nothing too explosive. Visa cooling off now. Boeing here. Lockheed Martin continues to get government contracts here, but not really going anywhere. I think I've seen 2 different occasions where they got government contracts within the past week. Lockheed Martin here are stuck at 376. McDonald's pulling back. Here we go. Honeywell. Honeywell is a big winner today. Up 2%. Honeywell, $4.86 there out of Honeywell. So Honeywell seems to be one of the big winners here for the Dow Jones, going towards all-time highs. And maybe this is why we're seeing that momentum out of Honeywell, trying to break through there. And Honeywell looking nice here. Caterpillar, just a bounce here. 3M, nothing exciting. Disney also had a nice rally and just holding steady between, 183 and 185. Johnson & Johnson, we see, big wick in the bottom, big wick on the top, and then currently trading like right in the middle of the day. American Express here, climbing slightly higher. Nike holding strong here at 161, not selling off yet. JP Morgan, again, the banks are green today. The Travelers Company, TRV here, up 155. Looking good. Walmart here at 141. IBM, Apple, obviously hitting 150 here, getting rejected. Did it hit 150 yesterday? No, just today. Procter & Gamble here at 137. CVX 102. and MRK here at 77. Not too exciting there. Dow Inc. 62.51. INTC 55.93. Coca-Cola, big move yesterday. Coca-Cola, wow. I wonder if I had a catalyst. Huge move out of Coca-Cola. Did this one fly under the radar? I did not see this one whatsoever yesterday. Big move out of Coca-Cola yesterday. Challenging all-time highs. And might break out of that range within the next few days. So you do have some winners there on the Dow Jones. Very select action. Yeah, so just as anticipated here, we have NVIDIA dead cat bounce, sold off, held here around the 770 mark, came back up very nicely to 779, and sure enough, gave those gains. Today is that kind of day. I don't see anything breaking out here today. Nothing too exciting. Oddly enough, level 2, 100%, 180 degrees from Coinbase, and they're both selling. So sometimes level 2 can guide you, but it's not definitive. It's not a 100%. We're seeing both NVIDIA and Coinbase selling off. Right here, we see the sell side strong on NVIDIA. And then if we look at Coinbase, we see the buy side strong. So it's exactly the opposite of NVIDIA, but yet they both sell off. So just something to know. Perfect example there. This just kind of guides you, but somehow doesn't translate into the price action. Maybe there's dark pools or different factors playing into it. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but so sometimes just being aware of level 2, not always the best decision. So now we might go one leg lower, sold off, bounce back, failed attempt to recover, sold off, went even lower, bounce back, failed attempt, and now we might sell off and go one leg lower. Price potential to go to 760. Let's see here. We have support at 750. So this can easily sell off way beyond 760 if this selling continues. This looks like it might go lower to potentially somewhere around 760. Looks very weak. Failed attempt, big gap down. It just doesn't look good. Just not looking good. So is the VIX coming back up? Potentially. 1678 on the VIX. Somehow this doesn't feel as painful as the morning, but I'm still back down to that level. That morning was really brutal. It maybe just happened too quick. I'm basically almost there again, but it somehow doesn't feel as bad. It's that slow burn. This is NASDAQ futures. Seeing the same pattern. Clearly, some of the stocks are ahead of the NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ futures might continue to sell here. So now we're making new lows for the day on NVIDIA. Let's see here. Where do we see the next support? 770. Next support level there. About $11. About $1, sorry, $1.68 away. Nice, Rafael. Nice. That's one way of playing it. This has potential to go to 760 here. I broke out of this level here, so definitely one way to play it. So we are seeing the puts roll out. I'm seeing some puts here for NEO for next week. I'm seeing puts for MU for 2 weeks out. We are seeing some put action there on the options market. Some put action there. We are seeing put action on Square as well for September. And yeah, it looks like the selling continues. Potential here for NVIDIA. 760 is my price target for NVIDIA here. 769 here. We have $9 to go. Taking some trades here. So yes, the selling off looks like it's going to continue across. We're going to go lower today. We're definitely going to go lower. Coinbase here selling off 225. It is here, guys. It is here. I see puts here for the day. I'm not saying this is going to be for the next week or month, but we are definitely seeing some selling pressure here. Be careful. There's also chop. There's also a lot of chop out there. Coinbase continues to sell off, although having a pretty strong tape here. We had some support at 225, so just broke through. So it's going to be a bloodbath today. I don't see this getting any better for the day. All right, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna call the stream, guys. It's looking really bad out here for the day, not for the week. Well, for the week, my portfolio, yes, but not saying that we might get a bounce tomorrow. I don't see a bounce happening right now. This is a huge sell-off here on NVIDIA. We're seeing NASDAQ futures now selling off as well. So we are going to see a continuation sell-off here. And Dow Jones holding very nicely here. VIX is kind of slightly elevating once again here, 1719. And price target for NVIDIA here, I'm looking at 760. And then if that breaks, 750. So I'll be here tomorrow morning. What do you think about Apple will close this week at? Let's just take a quick look at Apple. We're seeing a sell-off. Potentially, if the sell-off continues, we'll see Apple gap fill here, maybe around 146-ish. If we do see a follow-through on the sell-off. So it's just a matter of seeing if it holds up here at more or less where it's at right now. It needs to hold up above 147 for it to stay up here. If not, it might do this gap fill here and go down to around 146, 145. So I'll draw this one in here. So 147 there. We need to see if it holds above there. If not, we're going down to 146 or 145 for tomorrow. So the pullback is here. Potential price target for NASDAQ futures, 14,600. A more reasonable pullback if we continue here. On the weeklies, I've drawn this 1440 mark. So we have potential here to see. Let me see here. We have potential here to see NASDAQ futures come down here to this 1440 price target. First price target to hit here is around 14,600. Second, 14,400. So we just gonna have to wait and see. Potentially this could squeeze tomorrow. Today the selling pressure is heavy. I don't see this recouping today, and we might see a follow through tomorrow. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna go get some food and walk away here, and let's see how tomorrow develops, and let's see if there's a follow through also. Not only tomorrow, typically you have big moves sometimes over weekends. So not only is the sell-off happening right now, tomorrow's another day, and then the weekend could be it could be an event of caution there. So guys, thanks for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, and we're all here doing it again. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.